All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to I Quit My Band. My name is Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
It's possibly the last show of the year, I think, right?
I would
think
say
it is.
certainly.
Certainly the last show of the year.
Yeah, I ain't coming back.
Unless you got plans that I don't know about.
I don't.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll just be. That's my Bill. This is the start of my Bill Burr ranting. That era.
The man of 1,000 faces.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just doing a bunch of things.
What I'd love for you to be able to do in your future is to like seamlessly go between like you're Bill Burr for a sentence, and then you're David Blaine,
Then my
and then you're
Sebastian,
like
yeah.
Sebastian, and then you're like Paul Stanley.
Just filming one-man shows down here.
Yeah, it really went dark
Yeah.
once the Patreon failed to hit the levels we thought it
Yeah.
was.
Just that scene in The Big Lebowski where they go see their
he's like-
friend.
I finally got the venue I wanted.
You're gonna be there, right, dude?
God damn it!
Shut the fuck up, Johnny. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the last episode of the year. Before we get into it, sub to the channel. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Go to our Patreon page and sub to that one as well. We got 7 episodes up from the whole year. Really did a number on that one.
7's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Right?
I thought
But
there
they're
was
good.
less.
They're good. They're better episodes.
They're good episodes. You're gonna want to go see that. It's got some of our best bits. The presidents of
really
new
soft
metal.
sell that Patreon.
We
didn't
really
we?
got some great bits. The presidents of
There
new
we go.
metal.
Yes.
Gene
We got
Simmons asshole.
we got the Gene Simmons asshole review.
Yeah,
we got the Theory of a Dead Man album
Yeah.
review.
Yeah, there we go.
We didn't put. Oh man, we didn't put any Theory on here.
I think we're good.
Yeah, that's.
You're
I think we're fine.
We're touching all the
Forget
bases
it.
here, Nate.
Yeah.
Just forget it.
Just
I think we, for our Patreon, for the true fans, we went deep.
We
on
went a little
Yeah.
too deep. We don't need to say anything
Yeah.
else.
It was probably one
Yeah.
of the more nuanced niche bits was us reviewing that entire Toad album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that has about 2 views on it. We
Yeah.
haven't really gotten
Everyone saw that one.
feedback on that.
But anyway, follow us on everything. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Today we're doing, something that's going to come easy for this podcast. The worst of 2023. The worst songs of 2023. We got a pretty good list here. We're kind of rolling through the Rolodex of what we've talked about this year. A couple of ones we've never touched on, but mostly just some of the best highlights of the year. The good, the bad, the ugly,
The awesome.
the awesome.
Yeah.
I think it says something about what this podcast has done to me, that these are some of my favorite songs of the year.
100%.
Like this was the playlist that once we put it together, I was just like, yeah, we're going right back in, baby.
Yeah, it's like I can't wait to re-listen. Some of them you're like, oh, that's bad, and I'm like, I actually think it's pretty good.
There's 2 songs on the list that I like that you won't like, and vice versa, where you're like, this is a good song, I'm like, it's garbage, and I think they're back to back.
Yeah, they are back to back. I know which ones you're talking about.
What's
But
what's eye-opening for me was it was much harder to find 5 albums that I liked this year than it was to find 4 stupid songs.
Yeah. Yeah, this one came so natural.
So easy.
I mean, as soon as I put that playlist together, it was just like
I didn't even add my songs because I was like, it's full already.
it's already done.
And they picked all the ones
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
The ones and zeros started going past like that meme or whatever, and I was
Yeah.
like doing equations and finding the bad songs, and it was awesome.
So we asked the question before last episode what we thought of the year for good music.
Yeah.
What do we think of this year for bad music? Like, what did we? Are we? Is it getting to the point where it's kind of getting better? Like, do we think that these songs are not as bad as are they not as cringy as you'd think? Or
I think that a weird thing's happening where these songs are all very listenable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the production is good.
Yeah.
They have like a catchy hook or a refrain at some point. but the subject matter is usually what points it into the direction of like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Which I think is really the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's a competent enough song that is performed with gusto.
Yeah.
But it's about the dumbest thing you could imagine.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's where I was kind of thinking too. It's like bad songs are not. They're not just like bad anymore. They have that hilarious nature now. Like everything's just kind of funny.
Oh, and
you know,
these aren't like unheard of garage bands putting out like that we dug up.
Yeah.
These are some very notable and like famous artists.
some of them are lower level,
Yeah.
but a ton of them are very popular.
I would say half of them on the list are like famous.
Yeah.
Like arena playing.
Yeah.
Worthy, whatever. I've never thought of years in the past in terms of bad music because I never paid attention to it before. And
I never made it a weekly pursuit
about
to find
bad
the
music?
worst song
Well,
I could find.
let me my question more is like I think this year kind of I think there's more of it because of a platform like TikTok where it's like this is kind of the first year, maybe second. I'm not sure. I can't remember what 2022 is like, but when TikTok, was hyping up and putting guys like some of these. There's a couple on this playlist we'll get to.
There's the guy we didn't include, the guy that's a CEO of a company.
Yeah, there's that guy.
Sean Stevens.
Sean Stevens. Like, there's a bunch of songs like that you could add, you could not add. You could think of them as real songs or not, pay any mind to them. But there's a lot of that now.
Yeah.
Where you could just go on TikTok and find just some of the worst shit ever.
Well,
where it's like they just need to pull 13 seconds out that's just so outrageous.
Yeah.
That you're like, what the fuck
And
is
they think
I gotta
it's the
figure
best
this
part.
out.
Yeah. They're like, that's the coolest part of my song. And then they just get ripped apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing too is that as time progresses and artists get older, and very seldom is an aging legend like Dolly Parton gonna make good music in her 80s compared to like when Foghat puts out "I Don't Appreciate You," that just is like a breeding ground for very, very funny.
Yeah,
stuff.
we're moving as the years keep going on.
Yep.
The older generation of
They're still doing
musicians and bands. They are getting older and more out of touch, but they keep. But this is the only thing they know how to do.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, so they're gonna make even worse music, and there's a couple of the guys like that.
And it's like fucked up. It's because as we get older, like our spreadsheets might get a little sloppier.
Yeah, exactly.
The ad copy rewrite might not be up to stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't put it out for like an audience.
Yeah, we're not like-
people to be like, this shit ain't slow ride.
Go listen to my new song with Rob Halford, my 80-track album.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We covered Night Moves by Bob
Yes.
Seger.
Yeah. But yeah, we got quite the list for you today. We didn't do an honorable mentions. I feel like that could go on forever.
Yeah, I feel
we
like
know.
this. That's what the whole year
The
was.
podcast is the honorable mentions of
yeah.
bad music in a
Yeah.
way. So yeah, go watch all of our past episodes. We're moving into 2024 fast
With a vengeance.
With a vengeance. We have some things planned. We actually do.
We actually do.
do have
Yeah.
something planned that was gonna open up a whole new lane. So stick with the channel, subscribe, and subscribe on Patreon, and make sure to follow us on all of our stuff to get updates. But let's just get into it, fellas.
Jump in, brother.
The
Great.
worst songs of the year, the 12 worst songs, the 12 days of Christmas.
12
days.
Exactly.
Which this will be coming out after Christmas.
100%.
We're recording it before.
Yes. But let's move right into it, fellas. Here we go. Number 1.
If you thought we weren't putting this one on,
God, I just feel that guitar is
I
so
love
good,
it.
dude.
I just feel young again.
This is Jason Aldean. Try that in a small town.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jason?
Right here, dude. I love this. I mean, one of my favorite songs of the year.
Yeah, it's
The statement it made when it came out, too.
Hilarious.
Just everyone losing it over it.
It's so funny to me that like where we've arrived as a culture that this comes out and people are like the most dangerous song in America, and it sounds like you just heard the instrumental. You're like, this could soundtrack like a PG-13 sex scene in a Nicholas Sparks movie, like
Just that kiss.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Maribel, you're the only woman that's ever seen me.
Jason Aldean, the music video, just him kissing himself wearing a dress.
Yeah. Try that in a small town.
See what happens when you
try
kiss
kissing a
yourself in
female
dress.
doppelganger of yourself. They'll kick your ass right out.
Kick your ass. You'll kick your own ass.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Try that in a small town.
Yeah, Jason definitely broke the internet with this one, dude.
Smashed it, dude.
Smashed it. He's talking. I think the thing is he's talking about things that you don't want to see ever.
Yeah.
You don't want to see sucker punching an old lady on the sidewalk.
No.
But people were upset because it's like assuming all of these things are going on.
Yeah, it's that like culture war between rural America and like the city slickers.
Yeah, the cities.
Yeah.
Jason Aldean is really known for his very in-depth finger on the pulse of Americana.
Yeah.
He's really a trusted source for this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's
leading the charge.
Yeah,
it's like every time something like this happens, it becomes like a Rorschach test.
Yeah.
Where it's like people hear this song and it's either like a thinly veiled sign towards fascism, or it's like the only guy speaking the truth about like America like degenerating to the point of no return. And it's just ink blots.
Yeah,
it's just a shitty kind of
It's just a bad song.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Oliver Anthony song that came out a couple months after this
100%.
song.
That was like the indie version.
That was the cool version,
guy
the pitchfork version. Yeah. I didn't see Jason Aldean on Joe Rogan.
No.
Or singing in the woods.
No,
his video is all just shot with one iPhone. You know what I mean? But yeah. We took some heat for talking about the song on TikTok.
It was awesome.
Go check it out.
Was that the one where we were called dumb a bunch?
We were called dumb a lot. We were called smart a lot by a lot of liberal folk, and then some country folk said we were city slickers. And
Yeah.
we didn't know what we were talking about. But really, the clip, much like the song. The clip was us just making fun of Jason Aldean for just some dumb bit about him being Batman. And people were like, "What did you say?"
What? They're like, "That's a real laughing matter. Old ladies getting knocked out on the street." We're like, "What?
This is what comedy has come to."
Yeah, that's what.
Just losing it. It's like, look, guys,
y'all are tasteless.
If you watch the episode. We said we liked the song.
We still like the song.
We liked the instrumental. Said it was a little goofy, but we were just talking about Jason Aldean dressing up as like Batman and protecting his town,
enforcing the law.
We weren't trying to say anything more.
No, just the level of sincerity is so funny.
It's very.
I'm just like, try that in a small town.
That.
We have one subway, and that's kind of it. So there's not much to do around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some people called us dumb, some people called us smart. You mentioned the song being a Rorschach test. I think this is a Rorschach test.
100%.
Are we dumb? Are we smart? Really, we're just three bald guys.
Yeah.
Depending on whether or not what you react to this as the Rorschach test tells you if you have an IQ over 70.
Yeah.
If you shut off in the first 48 seconds, you might have a chance.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
If you're still here,
if you're a fan,
it might be rough going.
If you're a fellow quitter like us,
I don't think we're that dumb. I just think we like to make bits, and some of those bits have been smartly misconstrued as something that is supposed to be more like
a statement.
A statement.
If
But
there's
we're not trying to
anything
make
that
any
we're
statement.
doing on this show, it ain't making.
It's
a
not
statement.
making a
No.
statement. I'm glad people think we are.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part. People think we are.
Yeah.
We're not.
Don't give us.
They're
Much
using
like
their
Jason.
platform
yeah.
for
Use your
propaganda.
platform for good.
All 3 people that engage with our posts.
Yeah, exactly.
But every once in a while, we hit the TikTok algorithm and a bunch of newbies coming in. Just
Yeah.
like, who are
Who the
these
fuck
fucking
are these
idiots?
guys?
Yeah. It's so awesome.
That Jason Aldean clip on TikTok has 666 likes with
Damn.
66 comments.
Dude, that tells you everything you need to know.
Satan.
Dude.
We're Satan.
The fucking the
But,
deep state.
Hey, Satan, try that.
Try that in a small
Try
town,
that.
Satan. Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Well, let's try that in a small town. One of our, we're not really ranking them.
No.
Here. Yeah. This is one of our worst songs of the year.
yeah, dude.
Here we go.
We're back.
Yeah.
This is probably my crown jewel that I found this year. This is The Better Me by. Wait. Yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
Where we found Hit 'Em With the Riff. This is The Better Me by Beartooth and Hardy. Our boy Hardy. Hardy is like a figure of the IQMB universe.
We got our eye on that boy.
Hardy had a big year.
Hardy had a
huge year.
A big year, dude.
He played the fucking
The
Royal
Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, hero arc, because when they took the ropes down and I knew I was going to be like another 30 minutes before I got the Royal Rumble so he could perform some song, I was like, fuck this guy.
yeah.
And now, after the Kill Shit Till I Die
Yeah.
and this song,
Hit 'Em
I'm
With the
like,
Riff.
he's an emerging artist
Yeah.
that I want to keep my eye on. I'm
he's-
invested.
He's blowing up.
He's VH1. You ought to know.
Yeah.
He's IQMB. You want to know. Yeah.
We should actually start that. That's
Yeah.
a great idea. The IQMB you want to
You
know.
ought to know. It's just someone so
Look out for
stupid.
this dumbass. Because he's about to blow up.
Yeah.
He's about to make shit that's gonna reduce your brain cells to
And it's
jelly.
Like, it's people who are already famous.
Yeah.
You may have seen him on the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
but we like him too.
He's a you ought to know artist.
I could easily make a shitty version of the VH1. You
Oh,
oughta
we
know,
gotta
and
do it,
Photoshop
dude.
that.
That's
shit.
our new thing. That's
Yeah.
another new thing for 2024.
Yeah.
The IQMB you ought to know
You
artist.
just
Hold
want
us
to make sure that
accountable.
that wasn't an empty promise.
We're trying to
You know?
exactly. I'm just setting it in stone. We want to turn IQMB into like 2004 era VH1.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what this show needs to become.
That would be the greatest.
It would be so good.
You could host like a really sick fake TRL out on your deck.
Yeah, we could.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Just
I mean, sick is, you know.
yeah, right on my deck. Yeah, my deck that's about to fall off of my house if it withstands another winter.
That's when
Yeah.
we finally get the wave of subs, when like
Yeah.
you are like in a wheelchair because we were filming an episode of IQMB and your deck caved in.
It's all over the news. This podcast went through a little bit of a disaster. Just shows just me like with a microphone falling through my deck.
Yeah, he's
This
like,
podcast-
he may have fell through the floor, but the subscribers are through the roof.
Oh.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, you wake up out of your coma. I'm like, dude, the Patreon's over $200.
I know both your legs are broken, but dude, we made it.
We're getting a whole
Yeah.
$135 a month.
You and Jade are splitting that $100 bill next month.
Dude.
Yes. But this song.
Yeah.
We did the same thing. I don't think we talked about the song at all.
No.
It has a, like, it's an emotionality that is so aggressive.
Yeah.
The better man.
And it's all about, like, redemption.
Yeah.
And, like, it's a little, like, therapy speaky. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It has a lot of, you got to be better.
And it's like one of those ones where it's like, I've said so many times,
Yeah.
I'm going to make something of myself.
This year's going to be
yeah,
the year.
this is
Yeah.
it. I'm done fucking around.
It's kind of the perfect New Year, New Me song.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean, it really, it's cause right in time. They should have released it on New Year's Eve.
Ball drops.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper is in Times Square. He's like, and now The Better Me.
Yeah.
Dude.
By Beartooth and Hardy.
I would love that. No, or just time it so as soon as that ball hits,
Yeah.
hit him with the riff.
And now Hardy for the New Year's Eve party.
And talk about
CBS.
being the better me when you're as drunk as you've been all year. You make a mistake, just every horrible mistake.
Yeah.
You just get a DUI in the first 38 minutes of the new year.
Yeah, I mean, you can really only play this song when you only just have plans to be better. You know, that doesn't have. You don't play it whenever you're at the good level. It's just, it's after you made a horrible mistake is when you play this song.
Yeah, exactly. This is your rock bottom.
This is a rock bottom song. Yeah.
All of the stuff that exists like that on the internet of now it's time to get it together. Successful people are not ingesting.
Exactly. They're just it's not for me. It's. I mean,
I don't think a CEO who's about to do a multi-billion-dollar merge is God, I just need to get it together.
I gotta
be the better man.
Hit him with the riff.
It's the theme song for when I'm staring at my coffee table with a bunch of crumbs and KFC wrappers.
It's exactly.
Be the better man.
Yeah, it's
wheat trash.
Yeah, it's when you look in the mirror and you disgust yourself to the point where you're this is not an option anymore.
This
the
has
better
to stop.
man.
Yeah, I think when we first reviewed this song, we talked about it. It's hitting the loser scale. We're was that this song where we're
no, this was all about being at a custody battle and performing.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
And then talking to the judge.
Yeah, Your Honor.
That was a different bad song.
Your Honor, hit this man with the riff.
Hit him with the riff. Yeah. But yeah, this song is just corny, cheesy. It features Hardy, the corniest cheesy guy of the year.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just not. I don't know. It's fun in a dumb way.
Yeah, I love it.
Like most of the things we talk about in the show.
Yeah.
So that's The Better Me with Beartooth and Hardy. Let's move on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Talk to me.
So
All right, let's break it down.
let's get serious.
Yeah.
It's this is We Love You by Avenged Sevenfold off their new album Life Is But a Dream.
Yeah.
You put this on. I mean, this was my pick originally. I remember when we talked about it on the show. It's so funny how pumped up for the new Avenged Sevenfold album I was.
Oh, you were in, dude.
You
were sending me links to live streams with mysterious clues.
I was all over. I was like, they got new art, and it looks cool this time. And it ended up being easily their worst record, probably. And I haven't even listened to them in a long time. But yeah, the record is unlistenable at times. I don't think this song is as bad as everyone says it is. Still, I really don't think it is. I think there's a lot of bad choices in the song that they made, but I don't think it's. I think if they would have put a drum beat behind the more power, if they would have had a beat come in and maybe he stopped whispering and it was delivering those lyrics in a better way, it would have had a little bit of ass behind it.
Yeah.
But they really just gut it. They just take a cool idea and just take all that intestine and spine out of it.
Yeah.
It's just the sloppy mess.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
The intestines and the spine.
It's just a fish with nothing inside of it.
A gooey ball of stuff.
Yeah, gutted trout.
A gutted trout.
Yeah, they you can't knock them for not trying on this record.
Yeah.
Because they went in a completely different direction. They tried a lot of stuff. But it's like when you find out that they invented sarin gas on accident. Oh, dude, we were trying to make a new flavor of Gushers and we made a chemical weapon.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way
what
they
it is.
experiment. I imagine, doing the experiments, M. Shadow's walking out of the lab with his hair up and black soot all over his face holding a beaker.
What did we
went
do?
wrong.
Something's wrong, but we should still release it.
More riffs.
More power.
But I think their fans enjoyed it though.
I don't know. Is that true? I feel like they didn't really hit with anybody on this one. I don't know. I mean, I remember because this song was released as a single, and I remember when it was released, I was looking at because I was do people feel the same way as me? I have to know if
This
there's
is the best song
if
of
there's
the
a
year.
community behind me.
My people.
I was digging through comments on YouTube
Oh,
and Instagram,
man.
and everyone was just like, "What the fuck is this? This sucks." People like right on their Instagram page, just like, "What the hell did you guys do?"
Damn,
That's
dude.
awesome.
So I don't know if anyone really liked it. I
Oh,
think
God.
people that are like progressive metal fans might like it,
Yeah.
but the mix is awful too.
Yeah, the mixes are not
Open
good.
it
I
up
remember
with-
listening because we were gonna review it,
Yeah.
and I forget what happened. So
I
I,
think
did
we were
listen to
just-
it front to back, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I think we may have just been like, we're gonna say nothing.
Yeah, and there's
about
like
that.
some like musical theater type
Yeah.
stuff, like
Yeah.
with piano.
They
and-
always have to do the theater thing. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Ever since the stage.
The stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All the
remember-
world's indeed one of
More.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean A7X. I mean, I still like City of Evil. That was
That country's so sick.
so good.
Yeah.
My buddy has an A7X tattoo that
Hell
he
yeah.
got when we were in high school.
Yes.
And this was at the
Yikes.
height of us
Yeah.
being like A7X rules, City View rules, and I just remember him getting it and just being like, "Yep, never gonna regret that. This band's gonna stay sick forever." And now I don't think he like. If I told him A7X even released a new album, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know."
I forgot all about that. Forgot all
how
about
big
that.
is it and where is it?
It's like in between his shoulders on his
It
back.
takes up his entire back.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
now it's like I used to be like that's the sickest thing ever. I'm like, you can't see it with your shirt on, which is
It's fine. Cool. What do you do at the beach? Do you put some tape over it or
yeah,
what?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope that the sun
He
singes
just
it
doesn't
off.
take his shirt off at the beach. It's just-
I'm good. I'm fine.
So I'm going to see A7X in March.
No
They're
way.
coming to Pittsburgh.
Who's opening for him?
I have no idea. My friend was like he is moving to town from being in San Francisco for a while, and he's like, "Dude, surprise! Just got us some tickets." I'm like, "What?" Because he thinks I like he knows I like heavy music, and so in his head, A7X is like
It's the heaviest you
shit.
The
can be.
classic.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's
I
like,
love that.
I'm
The
like,
best band
dude,
ever.
what is it? And he's like, Goddess's Avenged Sevenfold tickets, March 25th. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, dude. Hope we don't watch this podcast.
I know, exactly.
You're disinvited to the
Yeah.
show.
And if your friends watch it, I will go.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have
I'm
it.
definitely gonna go.
It's gonna be
Dude,
fun.
I'd be down. Is it Peterson? Where's it at?
I think it's at the P, yeah, or PPG, one of the two.
We should go.
Yeah,
we
I
should
think-
definitely go.
I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a treasure trove of content and just little fun nuggets. to
it'll
dig
be
up.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's
Like
put on
even though this song isn't great, I would love to see them play.
I would
this song
love to
live.
hear the
Yeah.
song. Open up with the more
More power.
shows.
But yeah,
More
Avenged Sevenfold
merch.
putting out, one of the weirdest
Yeah, the song's still
weirdest
going.
records.
by
Still
the
Yeah,
way.
the
going.
song- it's still playing. There's a whole country
Mm-hmm.
time exit, whatever we want to call it. To
They're
this song.
diverse.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
guys.
really they went a little bit too wild.
They
They flew
have
too close to
range.
the sun on this
Yeah, they do.
album and this song.
They do.
But that's "We Love You," Avenged Sevenfold, one of the worst of the year.
Here we go. Probably the show's like the podcast mascot band.
Yeah, this is where it all started almost.
And I still like it, dude.
I remember when you unveiled that you liked it.
I still love this song. Dude.
We
This was the first time the pod got in some heat.
this was the
with
first
the
one.
TikTok fan
It was
base.
awesome.
Yeah,
What's this song called?
it's called DYWTYLM, which stands for "Do You Wish That You Loved Me"
By
by Sleep Token.
Sleep Token.
The very popular metal, whatever this kind of music is considered now. People really consider them like a metal band or a metalcore band. I'm not really sure.
What about this is any of that?
Their other stuff, we were a little misguided. I think some of their other stuff is heavier.
Some of it.
Some of
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this song, and we were talking about how it's not heavy, and
Mm-hmm.
like the masks and all that stuff seemed
Yeah.
kind of like a gimmick to make it seem heavier.
Yeah.
And people got very upset at that.
People were
But
mad.
it's like he sounds like Cher
Yeah, I
on
mean,
the song.
come on.
Do you believe in love? Like,
Do you love the way? He just sounds like just a human being. It's just a mush of sounds.
and I've gone and listened to some of the other stuff, and it is heavy, but it's not like my kind of metal.
Yeah.
It does feel a little like more metalcore.
Yeah, I mean, people were really commenting on that clip we put up about like it's not just metal. It's it's a bunch of different things, and I will give them that.
Yeah.
But what we were kind of talking about was more just the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying it's the mask, it's the costumes, it's the way their
It's a
stage
gimmick.
setup was. We were talking about it as in the context of the gimmick and people putting the metal genre on top of them because of all of that.
Yeah.
But they do different things. I remember that day when the clip started like getting a lot of heat and views. I listened to like all 3 of their albums. And there wasn't. I mean, it was a lot of stuff that was like this. And
He doesn't really scream ever, right? It's almost all...
I think sometimes maybe it's kind of like black metal hushed in the mix a little bit. But yeah, I still don't like this song. This song doesn't. I just feel like it doesn't do anything for me. I feel like a lot of people think it's great, and I just like Evan, and I just find it boring. I don't know. I find it boring.
Really
I find
boring.
the vocals annoying. I find the instrumental like too sparse, and it just sounds like Imagine Dragons, except
Don't
with
say that.
Yeah,
Don't
come
do-
on.
How
Dude.
dare you?
It sounds like Imagine
It doesn't
Dragons.
sound like Imagine Dragons.
Yes, it does. It sounds like Imagine Dragons.
Sounds like
like
Chainsmokers.
A little bit, yeah. Much more
maybe
chain
smokers. Maybe it's
Give
the
me
chain-
Chainsmokers. Don't
Don't
put
do
evil
that.
on the
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons.
Don't do that.
But yes, I do still find their like gimmick kind of like confounding.
Yeah.
Like, so none of them have any names. Nobody knows who they are. They're like
Yes.
1 through 4.
Yeah. I mean,
They just got new masks. I don't know if you saw.
No,
I didn't see
let's
this.
Check 'em
So
out.
like they posted on the internet. I think it was maybe just yesterday, and it was like new era, and they all have new masks now.
wow.
And then I saw some people were mad because they look like Mushroom Head,
Oh, really?
and the person who made the masks said something to the effect of, Mushroom Head aren't the first band to wear masks with a ponytail and eyebrows, and neither are Slipknot. You can say Sleep Token are copying Mushroom Head, but then you can say Mushroom Head were copying Slipknot. Slipknot were copying whoever. No one invented these things. They're like just throwing
People-
them under the bus where they're just like, this isn't even
It's
an original thing. Who gives a fuck?
It's not an original idea for anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, how much landing room is there really
A
for
new-
spooky metal masks?
No, I mean, yeah, like people they will go to God's length to protect Sleep Token, it seems like. If you say anything bad about them, but like all of that is true. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and I think it is. There is something weird about
Wow.
when a band puts. Yeah, that's actually
scary.
sick.
That's
dude.
fucking scary, dude. I'm scared.
a new era.
I'm scared of that.
There-
Mask by
there-
Lanny Mask.
Is a thing where if a band has a mask or any sort of like mystique,
yeah.
it changes the calculus of fandom so much.
Oh my god,
To the
it's
point
crazy.
where like just because you can't see their face, you're like, that's not a real human being. That it's a real goblin, and he's making music.
and how cool is that?
Yeah, like I was on their subreddit, Sleep Token, because I was like seeing about like the controversy.
Because you're a fan now.
I'm a
Because
huge
now you're
fan.
like
I'm
new
like-
masks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Do you think
hell
they're gonna
yeah.
play DYWTYLM live?
Does anyone know if they work that into the set? I got tickets to their Austin show.
I'm traveling.
I'm gonna come flying down.
Yeah, I'm leaving your bachelor party to go see Sleep
I'm
Token.
just gonna go do this one little thing real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, I'm just gonna spend like all night at
Yeah,
cons.
I'll be back in like 4 hours.
Without you, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
without all of you.
But this
guys.
guy made a post, and it like was fairly upvoted, and it was like, I think I went from a fan to a worshiper.
Oh
And
yeah.
he was like, I've always liked their stuff,
Yeah.
And he's like, but I just binged their 3 albums, and now I'm a full-on worshiper, and I'm a 45-year-old man.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no band who's just a guy could do that.
No, it's
No.
true. Yeah, it's a cult. It becomes a community. You know what I mean?
He's
Like
a
every
worshiper.
single time. Like think about every band that has masks on. You know, Kiss, the makeup. They had the Kiss Army.
Slipknot,
I mean,
maggots.
maggots. The maggots.
Ghost.
Ghosts. I mean, Ghost has to have.
They definitely
something.
have some
I don't know
shit.
much about Ghost, but I'm guessing they have some huge thing.
I think very similarly of Ghost and Sleep Token in that they present some sort of like evil, contrived, fucked up looking thing. Like
Yeah.
Ghost is the fucked up priests and whatever.
Yeah.
And Sleep Token is like they're like
Monsters.
ghoulish looking or
Yeah.
something. And neither of them make music that frightens me at all. In fact, the most frightening music I've ever heard is made by dudes in like skinny jeans and
Yeah.
t-shirts
That's true.
that look like they are like a store clerk at Rite Aid or something.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because that's terrifying.
That is-
You get
that
that
is-
guy.
Reality is fun.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy fucking synthesizing his existence
Yeah.
through an amp and guitar.
He's got dark thoughts.
Yeah, dude. I did
His
see
Twisted Mind of Messiah.
because they do a really good job of like maintaining their mystique. Like they're
Yeah,
never
they-
seen without masks. They have no names. But I did see that one of them did the first interview any of them had ever did. And it was just a couple days ago on that channel Drumeo. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I don't know that.
So like Drumeo is this channel. It's all about drums, but a lot of like one of the things that they do is they'll bring people on. Like Chad Smith came on and like he had never heard
Oh,
30 Seconds to
okay.
Mars.
They
I-
put
yeah,
like
I've
these
seen that
songs
video.
through his ears, and
I've seen
he tries
that
to. Like,
video.
he did like a Dua Lipa song. He tried to drum
Yeah.
along to them.
Chad Smith just hears a 30 Seconds to Mars songs. He's like, boom, boom, down, 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 down. He's like, sounds like same
in
thing to me.
California, dude. And so the drummer for Sleep Token sat in
4,
two.
2.
He's 2.
Number 2.
And
Number
like
2.
the guy is sitting next to him. He's in full makeup. His hands and arms are painted black.
Oh God.
And like there's a smoke machine going to make it even more spooky. and the guy's like, we have the first ever interview by any member of Sleep Token. We have 2 here
What a
today.
big day for Drumeo.
Dude, and
Huge day.
He
I gotta check.
they
this
put
out.
like when he speaks, they put like the Dateline NBC. Yeah, exactly that voice, like where it's like, you know, to protect
That's
like
so
a witness in a crime.
Yeah.
And then it's such a funny interview because all of that, all the spookiness, and then it's like, what's your favorite rudiment? And he's like, the standard paradiddle is something I've come back to many times.
Who's your favorite drummer? Your favorite modern drummer? He's like, Chad Smith is probably one of the best.
They do ask him. They're like, "Who are your influences?" He's like, "Joey Jordison, Mike from Mudvayne." I'm like, "Oh, dude, he's otherworldly, bro."
Dude, I'm
Mudvayne was huge.
really into Buddy Rich and big band jazz.
He does bring up Eric Moore, which I was like,
Okay,
"All right, that's a
that's
deep
cool.
pull."
No, I'm just trying to think of funny drummers.
Yeah.
I'm a big
Travis Barker.
Trey Cole was huge.
When I heard the fill to Welcome to Paradise.
Yeah, it was huge for me.
Yeah. Thank you too.
Oh yeah, no problem, guys. Well, anytime for
Can you validate my parking?
Where's the runner? Are they bringing lunch?
Yeah. Is there any good places for sushi around here?
I would like a venti frappuccino from Starbucks. That
I'm
would be
meeting up
great.
with Bill. Oh shit! I mean,
1,
Druid.
7. Yeah. I mean 3.
what's the singer's name
Wait,
again?
wait.
I think Vessel.
Vessel. I'm meeting
Wait,
up with Fred. I mean Vessel.
Listen to this. This is the intro to the video. He says, "I am 2, and this is an offering for drumming."
Yeah, they don't even call it an interview. It's
offering.
called an offer.
Oh my god! Yeah, so you know the employees at Drumeo are just like, God, we can't just do the regular setup. We got to do all this bullshit for this
He
guy.
brought his own fog machine. We have to.
We got to set up the fog machine.
You gotta think too, like a guy that's that out there in disguise. He wouldn't be playing normal drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be playing like Blue Man Group pipes or something.
Yeah,
like
if he's
that.
supposed to be some sort of like ancient alien, and like you would think he's got something else.
He's
you
like-
know?
It's like
But no,
bones with like human skin over it for the heads.
But
and
he's
stuff
like,
No, I
that.
really like these
Yeah.
these Sabian symbols.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
sound good.
I feel like the Tama swing star gives me the tone.
Yeah.
The maple shell.
When I tune these drums, I usually turn the key multiple times.
My
Shout
dad-
out to Remo and Vic Firth.
My dad was a drummer, and he introduced me to Pearl at a really young age. I mean, not my dad.
I mean, Satan,
my-
the guy who. Yeah. I actually mean the devil.
I mean Satan. Excuse me.
I have to take a shit.
I go-
I'll be back.
I have to take a shit.
I'm sorry.
mean, lay an egg or whatever it is we fucking do.
Oh shit! Lay an egg. Oh man! I mean, there's wrestlers that break kayfabe before that guy probably
dude.
does.
Dude, I mean, you have like. I have to respect it at that point, you know.
Yeah.
You're on Drumeo with like
Just maintaining that
Yeah.
whole thing, yeah.
He pulls up to Arby's. Is like, here, I'll
I have a number 4.
Give me the number 4.
Can you hold the cheese? I have a dairy dietary restriction.
I'm not great with
cheese.
dairy.
Your disguised voice is really good.
I want to keep doing it. the whole
should
show.
do it.
Now I know why he won't break character. It's just fun to do.
yes,
Yeah, so we're moving on to Duff, McKagan, Lighthouse. But yeah, we are going to move on. That's Do You Wish That You Love Me by Sleep Token.
Sleep stroking.
Sleep Stroking. All right, next song.
What do we got?
This is Lighthouse by Duff McKagan. I put this one on because like the other songs. Is it going? Yeah.
kind of sounds like if you went to like a nautical themed restaurant and they had a guy like that takes you to your table to let you know like and the seas were angry again.
Yeah.
Sea salt on the fries is made in house.
Yeah, we got a signature slaw and it is out of sight.
It's out of this world. But
Well,
yeah,
we were talking about, you know, there's like two categories on this year-end list of bad. It's either like, you know, people that are small or people that are very, very famous that are like overstaying their welcome a bit, one
Yeah.
might say, and just still putting stuff out. Like Duff.
yeah, Duff is still. I mean, like, so the whole thing. You know, Guns N' Roses came back like last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember when it was. So I guess Duff, you know, thought, why not get back into the solo realm of trying to release my own stuff. And the funny thing about like all these songs in this playlist we've talked about, like they all have this kind of charm quality to them. This one I feel like is truly just bad. It's just like a bad song. We talked about it on the show. We said it kind of reminds me of Smelly Cat by
Little bit.
by Phoebe from Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, there's always that stigma of like the bassist is trying to write songs, and then like it's always not so bad, but then you hear this and you're like, oh, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, it's just a poorly written
Yeah,
like, dumb
the
song.
it's like the ideas are strange.
Yeah.
Like to open it the way it does with like a very like obvious lighthouse
Yeah.
metaphor of
Yeah.
like getting where I need to go, you know? And then it hits this section about a minute in
Yeah.
and doesn't
It
change.
just keeps going. Yeah.
They just shine.
Yeah.
It's not like he's adding pieces either. It's just the same thing over
No,
and
yeah,
over
he
again.
ran out of ideas.
He's like, one verse is good, right, guys? Producer's like, should probably do another. No, one
Yeah.
verse.
Yeah.
Plenty.
And like the best Guns N' Roses songs like lead up to a section like this.
Yeah.
Like at the end where they're just jamming out
Yeah.
and it's huge. And he's like, we're just going to shortcut it right to that part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
let's
we're
just
only
do-
at like 2 minutes 45 seconds here, and this whole thing started probably at like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
short. That's short. He didn't.
My
He didn't.
lighthouse, baby.
Yeah, it's just classic, like trying to bring it back to the '80s hair metal thing and being epic, but just falling so flat on its face. I don't really have much other to say than that. I just think it was one of the worst songs that I've heard this year. For
I would
sure.
agree.
Yeah.
But Velvet Revolver still rules.
Dude.
So, Duff.
Come back.
Come
please.
back, dude.
Yeah. I remember a long time ago I heard that Velvet Revolver was going to come back with Corey Taylor on vocals, and I was like, oh my God.
Dude, I'd
that
be
would be
in,
the coolest
dude.
thing ever.
I just want to hear Slither one
Slither's
more
the
time.
greatest
dude.
song.
That song fucking rules.
So sick. I
Yeah,
love
I really like Velvet Revolver.
Yeah.
They're one of my inspirations.
Matt Sorum.
Matt Swarm was great. What was it? Matt Swarm.
Yeah. Less of the Guns N' Roses, more of the Velvet Revolver.
When he was in Velvet Revolver. That was the best. I do remember the day I saw the Slither music video, and I was just like, "What was that?"
Dude,
What-
life
what-
changed.
It
What
was
happened?
amazing. You ever see the
No,
video?
I've never
Oh
seen
my
it.
God, dude! It was when like those music video channels still were around, like MTV Hits and like VH1 Mega Hits or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It was like they're in like this dirty club that's like covered in like skulls and stuff.
Yeah.
Scott Weiland's wearing like he looks like the cover of Marilyn Manson Mechanical Animals, like like that weird creepy like skeleton.
Yeah, he has like a shirt off. Is that the red short hair?
Yeah, he had like the red spiky shorter
Dude,
hair.
Scott Weiland ruled.
He was awesome, dude. And then you see who's in the band because you at first you're just like, who the fuck is this? This is creepy as hell. Because you don't really recognize it as Scott Weiland because
It opens with that fucking sick bass line by Duff, dude.
yeah, and then you see that it's Slash and Guns N' Roses that are in the band, and
that's
then
awesome.
yeah, they had the one guy, yeah, yeah, dude. That day I had a guitar lesson, right? Just bringing it right to my guitar teacher. Just
sick.
teach me this.
Yeah, you brought the
Yeah.
VHS that you had taped. Like, you guys got a fucking VCR?
Can we get a
here?
VCR?
Yeah, that was
yeah.
fun. There was because I was the like Stone Temple Pilots were my favorite.
Oh, I
band.
loved STPs.
And I was so heartbroken that they
Yeah.
were broken up. And then I found like, wait, he's getting together with who?
Excuse me? Yeah.
So now the best band ever exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and they only put out 2 albums, and there was only maybe 5 good songs
was,
yeah.
between both of them. I saw them in concert in 4th grade. One of the best nights
Wow.
ever, dude.
Dude, hell yeah.
It was so awesome. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, we got coming up next on the playlist. We got "The End of Everything" by Humankind. We talked about this recently. a couple
Yeah, this
weeks
was
ago.
like
Very
one of
recent.
our last episodes.
Maybe the last episode.
Yeah, it might have been.
We really hyper fixate on these like we're all fucked anthems on this podcast, and besides the one that we're gonna be closing up the playlist with. This is probably the ultimate one to me.
Yeah, so like, I think that.
We're good, don't worry.
Okay.
It's just a creative
Not
cloud.
today, Satan.
I think that it's nice that you put this on compared to the other "We're All Fucked" song.
Yeah.
Because this is like the bare bones, kind of like down to its base elements.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other one is when a true creative genius
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
a "We're All
Yeah.
Fucked" song.
Yeah, I agree. This is like the lowest level of thinking for a "We're All Fucked" song.
Yeah, I mean it's right there.
It's right
in
there,
The course,
yeah.
This is the end of fucking
Of fucking everything.
End of fucking everything. That was such a great thing. We didn't talk about it when we originally listened to the song, but the best line. It's like they just went and saw Oppenheimer, and they're like, "We got to make a song."
Oh yeah,
'Cause that
the
that beginning-
Bhagavad or whatever.
Yeah.
Boom and fucking
Now that-
mushroom clouds.
Now that he's become death, the destroyer of our worlds, like they're just like, we got to put that in.
That's
That's
cool.
fucking
That's
metal,
one of the
dude.
coolest things I've ever
No
heard.
one's ever
you
said
see
that
the
in a
movie?
song.
I didn't
before.
see the movie,
The
but
way it comes up in the movie is like hilarious.
I saw the clip because I was
Yeah.
like, I wanted to see how he says it in the
where
movie.
he's like having sex. and
Is
she,
that
like-
what happens?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
he's like having sex and like she reads it because he has the I think it's called like the Bhagavad Gita or whatever.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like on his like bookshelf, and she's just like, I'll pick this one and turn exactly to the page, and it's like, what does it say? I am now become death,
And he's just like,
destroyer of worlds. He's like, damn, I will cheat on my wife now.
Damn, I'm gonna bust.
just gives him that idea.
Whoa.
Oh,
I am now become bust, destroyer of pants.
yes. Oh. Destroyer
That's an all-timer.
Destroyer of undies.
Yeah, destroyer of slacks.
Oh, what? Yeah, they put it in this song
Yeah.
because they definitely saw the movie and thought it was such a cool line.
Yeah.
They ran to the studio. Oh man.
Ooh, I've become bust, destroyer of pants.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say after
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a heavy, good sounding song, but again, the subject matter is like so. We've
Yeah.
heard so many songs like this
Yeah.
this year, so it is like great to get one that's just like a 98-mile-per-hour fastball
Yeah.
down the middle.
We had to get. There was one of them that was gonna win. And,
Yeah.
and be put on the playlist,
Yeah.
and I think this one deserves to be the worst one.
And
We've
I
heard
think,
so many.
and I think the album is even called like, it's like The End Finally or something.
At
like
an end once and for all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your
God.
first album, which
Rock-
is a hilarious thing to call your
Yeah.
first record. This is it.
This is it. Yeah.
Unless it's a hit.
They were coming back.
A new beginning.
Yeah.
It might have a little bit of recency bias, but I mean,
No,
So
I
this
think
is
it's
like-
kind of perfect.
basically our 40th episode.
Yeah.
Proper, and in
Mhm.
52 weeks, I think, because we started basically in
It
February.
was February.
So we
Yeah.
almost did an entire year, which is cool. But well, I would say of those 40 episodes or so, we probably had at least 10.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
And
easily.
Either 10 were fucked, or 10 like cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Crazy guy.
crazy,
Crazy
guy
guys, yeah.
anthems. Yeah.
Which there's a big Venn diagram.
Yeah, there's
There's
an
a
overlap
nice
there.
chunky
Yeah.
middle.
We're gonna have our intern sift through and
Yeah.
put it all together.
Yeah,
whenever-
JJ, our
Yeah,
intern.
me. Yeah.
That's the end of everything
At the end of
by
fucking
humankind.
everything.
Yeah, that's weird that they don't put it in the title of the song. The end of it's just called the end of everything.
Yeah, well, you know, they're hoping for some radio play, or like, you know, not to get like, you know, kicked out of Walmart. You
Yeah.
put fucking everything.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Every
Yeah.
time they say it in the song, it always is
Always with
perceived
that
I wonder
as
what
emphasis.
fucking-
I wonder what they would do if they had to create a radio edit of the end of
yeah.
everything.
Literally everything.
The end of come on. You still know what
It's
this
that.
shit.
Stop the whole song.
It's
Yeah.
like in like rap songs from like the 90s where they would
Yeah.
put in like a slide whistle or something, like Eminem. Yeah, like
The end of
this is the end
of everything. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I have become bust.
I have
Destroyer
become
of
Buzz
Pants.
Destroyer of Pants. That's the best. That's so good.
Stupid.
All right. Yes. This is a song we've talked about.
This will be
Two
number
other
3.
This is the third time.
Good things come in threes.
It
Yeah.
does, and I
Um,
think if a song deserves it,
Yeah, I mean, you
is.
can't relax. It's
Okay.
all good.
I'm just
It's
You know?
everyone. It's just Creative Cloud just being like, "You want to reinstall?" And I'm like, "I can't because of this
Yeah.
computer."
yeah. So we did it the first time when we first heard the song.
Mm-hmm.
Then he released a remix with Darius Rucker from
Mm-hmm.
Hootie, which
Yeah.
come on, we're not gonna double dip.
Yeah, I mean,
God, Uncle
such
Darius.
an easy.
This
yeah.
is, by the way, "To Be a Man" by Dax.
Dax.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm glad that we included the original because I
Yeah.
think the original is the strongest.
better.
The cover art for the remix is the funniest.
Yeah, I mean, the original is pretty funny as well.
Yeah, it's him holding up the world like Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, as we noted when we first listened to the song, it paints this vision of masculinity where you will have zero respect.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing the people in your life want from you is what you can provide, money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even if you reach that place, they will
they're gonna cheat on you.
You're gonna cheat on you. They're not gonna care.
Yeah.
You're lower than dogs, and you will live in a constant state of
Yes.
paranoia that all of these people are out to get you.
Yeah.
And he's right, which is kind of the best part of the song.
It's 100% correct about
He's
that.
just like, bullseye, done deal.
That's why when I heard the song the first time, I just took a walk. And I was like, God.
Just
damn,
smoked a cigarette, like, man, he gets it.
He gets it.
He
He's the
gets
only
it.
guy.
I am
And that's
lower
why
than a
Rucker
dog.
just like heard it and like they helicoptered him in, just like with a rappel line. He's like, people need to hear this.
Where's Dad?
Yeah, I love just that idea of and like he's talking about it from like a dad's perspective, like talking about his son and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Imagine if everybody had this viewpoint of just like the baby comes out, it's like, he's got a penis, he's fucked.
Throw him away.
Probably gonna be an asshole.
That's the thing that I wanted to ask. Like, so they talk about, like, this is all the things you hit on just as a person, like having a family, all this stuff, having a job. Like, everyone does that shit. What is he suggesting you do? And like, what is the better life? Do you think?
There's no answer.
Like, I don't know if he has an answer to that.
Yeah, it's the like the song is kind of a cul-de-sac of just misery.
It's just like you're gonna hit that wall, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's saying just don't do any of that stuff, but then you're just a loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just gonna be like
play Call of Duty 12 hours. Yeah.
It's kind of a like damned if you do, damned if you don't type
Yeah.
situation. Because what's the way out of life's misery?
never get a
Death.
job.
Yeah, well, and it's also because it seems like the type of song that is like trying to promote like a traditional sense of masculinity.
Yeah.
But it's like counterproductive with how like overwrought it is.
Yeah.
Because like think of like the guys that are like the icons of like traditional masculinity. It's like were the guys in the boat during D-Day just like, I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I'm about to get turned into hamburger meat. Like they just put their head down, went to a coal mine and died.
They didn't
never
care.
complained
Yeah, they
about
never
it.
complained. They just went home, smoked
good
cigarettes.
point.
It's almost
drowned
like
out.
an admission that you're not that.
Yeah.
You have more feelings, and it's okay to
Yeah.
do that. Like, you don't have to be like...
It makes
you know.
me think of just sitcom shows that I've been watching recently. Just King of Queens.
Yeah.
Everybody Loves Raymond. You know, those guys had it right. Doug Heffernan.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
be human, fucking
just some
welcome mats
moron.
for their families. Just walk in and get no respect.
Yeah.
I actually want to do like an edit to like, you know, anytime that like Ray gets like shot down by his wife,
Yeah.
just go to slow-mo and black and white. I can't hide myself.
Yeah, they just hit it in like dumb humor and like you
Yeah.
know eating pizza, you know, and passing out. But
Being dumb.
yeah, having that edit would be very funny.
That'd be awesome.
Just, I can't hide my. Every time Carrie puts down Doug a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm more on the King of Queens.
Yeah,
than
I
you
couldn't
guys.
pull. I knew Raymond.
Yeah, I know Doug, Carrie, Arthur. You know,
Yeah.
all those guys. Such
Yeah.
a great show, dude.
It was a great
It's
show.
a great show. But
I
yeah,
can't hide myself.
that's Dax with To Be a Man. Don't be one is
No,
what he's
don't-
really saying.
Exactly.
Just
Whatever-
don't be one.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you do, try
a
your
lady.
hardest not to be one. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Kind of a sleeper cell on the year here.
Yeah.
People forgot about this one.
Yeah,
We did this one early.
Not us. Yeah. This is big. This is our featured on our second episode
Oh,
ever.
was it?
I think so. Or third. Episode 3.
Throw it
Cucks
in
and
the
Trucks.
bucket. Yeah.
That was our third episode.
That genius.
Yeah. Struck
If
that
we all
genius.
got cooked. Yeah.
That was if we all drove trucks, but I think
trucks.
that was on the same episode.
Yeah, it was. We did
They
two
played
of
them
these.
back to back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Wow,
But this
we
is
were really
Katie
on the money.
Noel.
Katie Noel with Southern.
Yeah. Shit-eating
I
cringe.
love this song.
Yeah, this was so she like blew up on TikTok for these insane lyrics to this song. But you know, she's just gonna kick your ass. That's all she's
Yeah.
gonna do.
She's got studded jeans and she's gonna beat your ass.
I think it's tougher than shit, but it does sound like she's
Wait,
like,
let's-
covered in shit.
Let's go back on that real quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right here.
Maybe it is tougher.
I think it's tougher than shit, but it does kind of sound like covered in shit.
Covered in shit. It's like, what were you doing?
Dude, you don't know what it's like to be Southern. I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand why I'm covered in shit all the time. Because I'm from the South.
The only way to be a man is to douse yourself.
All we got in the South is shit, and I get covered in it.
I love being covered in shit. It's the only way to play drums.
I'm from Arkansas, so you understand.
Oh, I just outed myself. I'm from planet Mars. I'm not from here.
The seventh realm of hell, which is actually South.
That's in the South,
too.
So technically, it's the South.
And there's a lot of shit there.
Yeah, it's it's deep in the earth. There's shit everywhere.
I love the attitude. I love, this does feel like a genuine expression of someone who's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm covered in shit.
Yeah, she's genuine.
I dip. She talks about dipping,
she's
which is
chewing.
sick.
Yeah.
Still, my favorite line is up in the diesels, closer to God.
Yeah.
Dude.
Is this the? I think I might be getting it mixed up with someone else. My dad was violent. My mom's hot. My dad was violent.
Yeah,
is that this song?
Yeah, looks from mama, badass from my daddy.
Badass from my daddy. Yeah. She just really just unleashes just a bunch of just things about herself that maybe she shouldn't be, but she's proud of it.
Yeah. And I did like her TikTok responses where people were trying to dunk on her, and she was like, "Actually, you suck. Yeah. I'm cool.
I'm
still.
sick.
Yeah.
She is sick.
Yeah, I agree. I like this song.
I mean, I don't know. So it's on our worst of the year.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it was just. It's considered one of the worst of the year,
Covered
because
in shit.
of the blow up that happened behind it.
Yeah,
but,
do I think it matches up to the posthumous Sparkle Horse record? No.
No,
we're talking
doesn't.
about there's different.
Yeah,
I think that there's some objective qualities within art.
Yeah.
If you're going to express yourself in a way that is, in my mind, awesome but also hilarious.
Yeah.
It may not reach the level of
It's a hilarious song.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. I mean, saying all of that stuff.
Covered in shit.
Yeah,
Covered in shit.
You're not going to go under the radar.
No.
She hit it all on the right notes for every person from the South.
Yeah.
Just
and it's
waving
a TikTok,
the flag high.
It's definitely made in the shadow of TikTok.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%. Yeah.
I mean, we were just talking about that. It's like with maybe 3 or 4 years ago where TikTok was not.
You wouldn't hear about
you
songs
wouldn't hear
like this.
about
You would
this.
never hear this.
You would
We're about to go on a nice little TikTok run.
Yeah,
here.
we're starting the TikTok arena right
we
here. Let's move on. So that's Southern by Katie Noel, and we got 2 more TikTok people. So let's go through them.
This is Toadies with
with Possum Kingdom. Yeah,
dude.
this is AC/DC with Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Imagine if this is featuring Angus Young,
dude.
Brian Johnson.
We're one step away.
Dude, it'd be so
Next
awesome.
year, that is going to be it.
Just Angus Young, just in a hospital bed, just.
On Zoom, it has the Zoom watermark still, just effortlessly put into the video.
They just lay the schoolboy uniform over his his body. He just can't put it on.
You see someone else's hands coming up out of the blanket.
Brian Johnson has a verse on this song. I'm a 5'4" man, piece of shit.
Covered in shit.
What's this guy's name?
TX2. Yeah, so this is a TikTok guy that he made some waves this year for putting out this song, which is just
It's just that
basically
AC/DC song.
Yeah, it sounds like an AC/DC song about he's a 5'4" man whore that slit his wrist. I remember seeing that all over the place. It's he's describing himself such a negative way, but proudly.
Yeah.
And he looks like a younger version of Sean Stevens, the CEO.
A little
he
bit.
kind of does. I mean,
I don't
he
really see
wears
it.
the tie.
Yeah.
He's doing the old school emo thing.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
doing the Avril Lavigne,
skater
Green
boy.
Day area. Yeah, where you wear a tie.
Dude, that's young Sean Stevens.
It is like corporate
Yeah.
Hot Topic.
Man.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy's gonna get hired at Sean Stevens' company.
Yeah, I like the cut of your jib.
That tattoo
You're the
sucks
new
so bad.
COO.
Thematically and like content-wise, it is sort of a Gen Z version of Dennis Leary's asshole. Like where he's just like describing
Yeah.
how proud he is to
Yeah.
be a douche.
Yeah, it's true. And he does it without doing. That's the funniest part about it is that like so many pop punk guys do this, like as we're gonna see soon.
Yeah.
But he didn't go the pop punk route. He went the classic rock route with the riff. It sounds like an AC/DC.
this might be Slash or
It
Angus.
sounds like an AC/DC song.
This
And
is sick. That's a sick.
It's a
little
cool.
lick,
It's a cool solo. Yeah, it's bringing back the guitar solo. The guitar gods era is coming back.
TX2 is
Yeah.
kind of my guy.
Yeah.
TX2
What he's doing right now is huge,
changing the game.
changing everything.
Yeah, and I also like this, and the song we're going to talk about after is like they talk about how much of a loser they are.
Yeah.
How no one likes them. They have their friends, but they're like, and I also have lots of sex.
Yeah, I'm also really
I lay
good with
like
the
lots
ladies.
of
Yeah.
pipe.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this one was definitely one of the more annoying songs of the year, and we had never talked about this one on the show before.
Yeah.
But that's TX2 with "I Would Hate Me Too." Let's move on to the next one. Another TikTok guy. This guy kind of took the cake when it came to TikTok.
This is
year.
Ariya,
Yeah. Ariya.
Losers.
and this is song's called "Losers."
We talked about the "She's a Creamer" song earlier this year. She's a creamer. This is a different one. This one was the more famous of his couple TikTok songs.
More your classic pop. Punk.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
very classic.
kinda.
Fall Out Boy, back in the day. I can't even think about it anyway. This is not quite My Chemical Romance.
No.
Yellow
Oh,
Card.
look how
maybe?
edgy. And
Yeah, this guy's like
he's got
yeah.
an attitude.
and he's like pouty a little
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah.
That was we just missed the line.
Yeah.
He's homeless without the M. The
Yeah.
holeless.
Homeless.
He doesn't
I
kinda-
think
yeah.
if you're
That's tough.
homeless, it implies the other.
You're
Yeah.
also holeless.
There ain't no hoes
Yeah.
out on the streets.
Yeah. Would you like to come back to my tent that I have
Yeah.
propped up on the freeway?
Yeah.
It's also a funny idea. Is that the lyrics are this shitty state is full of losers. Just imagine
All
just
of
like
Connecticut.
yeah,
Just fucking-
just going from town to town, just burning bridges with
Yeah.
every.
I'm kind of doing a survey. Are you a total fucking loser? Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
I did a census.
Just going around like, will you buy my album? There's like, nah.
You just called me a fucking loser.
Oh wait, here it is. Yeah, so that was the line that made
I'm
him.
in Spain without the
Yeah,
S.
that's the line that made him famous. I remember
That-
seeing that clip all over the place.
100%.
I'm in Spain without the genius line.
Shakespeare.
So
by
good, yeah.
It's funny too, because
Yeah.
like he did it in the first one, and he hadn't perfected it yet.
Yeah.
It's like you'd see a guy taking an
Yeah.
idea,
And I
and
think
then by the second verse, he's like, "That's it."
I didn't even notice until I like re-listened to it. So he like before he says I'm in Spain without the S.
SUCKS.
He spells out SUCKS. But is he trying to make it sound like it's Spanish, and that's why he says Spain? Because he's like SUCKS.
I think
let's
you're on
run
your Avenged Sevenfold, like a deep dive detective work shit.
Yeah.
Run
I
it
don't
back.
know.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Okay, here it is. Because he says it so fast, and it's like
SUCKS.
like I thought it was supposed to be like a little Spanish.
Maybe
in there,
he's
that-
being a little tongue in cheek there.
maybe he
don't
was
know.
trying to be, but yeah,
SUCKS.
maybe that's what gave him the idea to do I'm in Spain without
That's
the S.
cool.
Yeah, but clever guy.
Yeah.
He
he's
is
clever.
he's kind of a rascal,
He's
which
a-
is why I like him.
He's a clever son bitch, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why I like
He's a little
him.
bit of a rascal.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song truly does suck.
Sucks.
It's just so annoying. it's trying to bring back pop punk in the worst possible way. I mean,
Yeah.
pop punk has been brought back in a good way by
Him
plenty
and
of guys.
the TX2
Yeah.
also talk about killing themselves.
Yeah, that's
Often.
true. Yeah.
Like,
Which
is that cool? Like,
It's
not to
definitely
me.
not. You don't want to brag about it.
No.
You know, like, it's not like you don't want to.
They're both
Create
like,
an ideation. You
yeah,
know?
they're like
yeah.
emo jokers.
Yeah, they
you know
kinda-
what I
yeah.
mean? Like they're crazy, don't know what to think, but I'm also sad inside.
I'm sad. Yeah, that's
That's
so
what she
funny you say
cares.
that. I was at the mall yesterday, Christmas shopping, and I saw a kid walk, like a goth kid walking around with Joker makeup on, and I was like,
Like
sick.
legit, like he painted his face to
Yep.
go to the mall.
yeah,
to be Joker.
yeah, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
You know? It's been since like The Dark Knight. You
Wow.
know?
I feel unsafe.
and it's also yeah, exactly. Like a little guy named James Holmes.
Yeah, I mean,
you might
it's a
want
little-
to not
Yeah.
do that.
You know, a shiver went up my spine when I saw him.
Yeah.
But he did have some other friends with him, so I was like,
Oh.
hey, he's
Yeah.
cool.
And it was Batman
just
and Robin.
Expressing himself a little.
Yeah, he's just a dork.
He's just a dork.
That's what she cares.
But yeah, that song sucks. Ariya is one of my least favorite guys I found out about this year, but I love watching him grow. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll hit a point where I'm like, Arya's got some, he's got
some
something
chops,
cooking. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're
fast
trying
forward,
like QMB, you ought to know artists.
fast forward like
Yeah.
20 episodes, and we're cracking open a new playlist,
Yeah.
and it's like the new one from
Best of
Ariya.
New one from
Arya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Losers too.
He's actually pretty cool now.
Yeah.
He's really good. Yeah, that's Ariya. Losers.
FUCKINGCOOL, pretty fucking cool.
We're moving on.
Yeah, this is Fall Out Boy with their low effort cover of "We Didn't Start the Fire" by
the
Billy
very
Joel.
weird cover of "We
Yeah.
Didn't Start the Fire."
Came out of nowhere. They weren't like promoting a new album.
It's
No.
not like an anniversary of the song. I don't.
They
think
did put out a
either.
new album this year, though. But
Did they?
But I feel like it came out maybe after. Remember they did? It was like very beginning of this year. I remember, like probably at the time the new Paramore record was coming out.
Okay,
Um,
but yeah,
maybe.
compared to the Billy Joel version, this is like an abomination.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's,
god.
And the Billy
So bad.
Joel version is not.
it's not great.
No.
It's an annoying
Michael
song.
Jackson dies.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson died. Yeah, but like, just if you go by word count of
Yeah.
like the amount of stuff that Billy Joel was able to hit on.
Yeah.
And like he's like, you know, authors and world leaders and stuff. And most of like Fall Out Boys is like SpongeBob, Captain
Well,
America.
but they do that.
Planet.
They do that, but then they're like nuclear accident, Fukushima, Japan. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's
you're like bouncing that out with Harry Potter and Twilight.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Unabomber, Bobbitt John bombing Boston Marathon. Like, what?
Like,
She's like,
oh.
just don't even. Come on.
More
Like,
war.
if the idea for the song, you could see it going there as you're writing the lyrics, you would think Patrick Stump might have been like, I don't know if we should do this. Maybe this is a bad idea.
I think it was more of a Wentz idea because Wentz was because I read that
Yeah.
interview where he was just like, I mean, if it sucks, it'll just kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
disappear. That's
Yeah.
the great thing about making music.
We're
today.
not letting it disappear.
No.
ISIS, LeBron James, Shinzo Abe
blown away.
And then they didn't mention COVID. Like, you would
Yeah.
think just
Yeah.
even putting a song like this out, you would be like, it's because they want to talk about COVID.
Yeah.
But they're not one mention of it. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, we want to get away from that.
Yeah, they were like
Guess
too
what?
afraid to go political.
Yeah.
where you, as
Sucked.
we said in the first episode, would have been much funnier if they did. Where they just like,
Yeah.
Joe Biden steals election.
Keaton, Batman, Bush v. Gore. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Enough of the Batman.
It happened so long ago.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, Kaepernick, Texas failed electric grid.
I don't even remember that one, brother.
World Trade, second plane. What else do I have to say?
I said it all.
Yeah.
I've said it all.
Yeah, dude, he's like Aaron Lewis on the 9th Stained album. That's a deep pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something
Yeah.
that maybe only the three of us would know
Literally.
about.
So it was called.
said it
Yeah.
all.
The album cover is covering newsworthy items from 1989 to 2023. What an undertaking! I mean, huge.
It
Like
really
that's however many. That's fucking like 30 years.
Especially for like five guys who
Yeah.
don't read books. They're like, what
Yeah.
the hell happened?
we got to cover all of this.
Jeff Bezos, climate change, white rhino goes extinct.
I didn't know
What?
that. Yeah, like no.
And I like too because like sometimes they'll say it together where you're like, do those two things like did Jeff Bezos make climate change?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Bezos climate change.
Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos killed all the white rhinos.
Yeah. Kim Jong Un, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two
they
things
built
hold
it
the
together.
same
Yeah.
cultural weight.
Mars rover, Avatar, self-driving electric cars.
Is
Okay.
Captain Planet the first line?
That's
of the
the
song?
first line.
Planet.
Captain Planet Arab Spring. That's the first thing they thought of was.
Yeah.
All right, so Captain, we got to get Captain
Yeah.
Planet on
I was
this.
thinking, yeah.
let's outline this. What's the most important one?
Let's break down the most important things that
Captain
have
Planet.
happened.
Yeah, I mean it's just an abomination.
It's really
it's a horrible,
ridiculous.
horrible cover.
Of a song that I might say the original
Is also
not that
also
good.
pretty
No.
bad. Yeah.
I like Billy Joel, but we didn't start the fire.
I
Yeah.
actually kind of like Fall Out Boy too.
There's some follow. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I
Thanks
like
for the Memories is a banger.
Yeah. Dead on Arrival,
Yeah.
dude.
I like Sugar We're Going Down.
Sugar We're Going
of course,
Down is a banger, dude.
Yeah,
Dance Dance.
This ain't a
Dance
scene.
Dance is pretty good. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. That's that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
ain't a scene. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I mean, pre like NHL 13.
Yeah, they had it.
music.
They had it covered.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool.
Should we move on?
Yeah, last one.
Last one on the playlist.
Tying a little bow on the year.
Certainly
a sweet,
not
sweet
least.
bow. No, not at all. This is the song that kind of ignited this podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
From
it's
episode 1,
Watch the World Burn by Falling in Reverse.
Ronnie Radke,
Pulling out all the stops.
Pearl and Mike Stans.
Yeah. I think the funny thing about this song with this podcast is that it started off as being like, we want to talk about songs like this because they're funny and not good. And then as this podcast kept going, now it's like, this is kind of the best song.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
We're just like, it's not as good as Watch
If you
the World
watch
Burn.
the episode, you can watch it happen
Yeah.
in real time because we're like
Just like-
making fun of it, and then that riff comes in,
And we're all
and
just
you're
like,
just like, that's actually
It's
sick.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, why this I think is the best type of bad song.
Yeah.
Is it's similar to good bad movies because I love
Yeah.
good bad movies and I
Yeah.
love good bad music, and I do like them. Like I can look at them and be like, this is not the height of creative excellence.
Yeah.
But they're enjoyable in a way that other good stuff isn't.
Yes.
And what makes this up there with like the best like good bad movies is it keeps finding new ways
To surprise
you throughout. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times you watch like you think it's gonna be a good bad movie, and like the first 10 minutes you're like, this is gonna be insane, and then it's just that for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's a slog.
Yeah.
And a lot of the bad songs we've listened to are like that. This is a smorgasbord.
Listen to him, how fast he's going. Now we got like
Turn it up,
theater
turn
stuff
it up.
going.
Turn
Oh,
it up.
Dragon
We're getting-
Force? Dude, it's happening again.
We're just like, yes, it's our worst song of the year. And we're like,
Right here. Shh. Not here.
No,
okay.
yeah. Turn it up. Turn it up. As
yeah,
loud
let's
as
get
it'll
let's
go.
really get it going.
Right here, spooky guy.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about this.
Little crypt creeper.
Yeah.
That guitar behind it.
Oh wow, the laugh.
Oh shit.
God, that got me fucking.
Damn.
I got chills.
Yes. Yes.
Hell yeah.
I got chills from that.
Hell yeah.
Look at the hair standing up on my arm.
This song
It's
rules.
so sick.
And I'm not going to pretend it don't.
Yeah. If this actually might be the best songs of the year.
Go back to
played.
the riff. Go back to the riff coming in one more time.
Dude. That riff could crush buildings. What are you talking about?
We just did the same thing twice on the show because of how good it was. That's a first.
Yeah.
We've never gone back just to just hear it again.
And do the same
Do the same thing just. Oh my god, dude! Yeah, this is actually the best song.
Amazing.
Because this has got to be up there.
It's awesome.
Oh, it gets you so jacked up. I feel like energized. I could do a whole other episode right now.
I'm
just about
not,
This song. We're definitely not.
Just so we're
Just
clear.
so we're clear. That's
There
not
will be
happening.
no more
No.
podcasts.
Oh no.
But I could.
But we could. I have the energy to do
Evan's
it.
contract only has in it one
Hour.
and a half
1 hour.
Yeah, exactly 1
Yeah.
hour. Yeah, I mean that song just really it almost seems like, the blueprint for everything else we've heard this year. Even though it definitely isn't. There's been so much more rap rock that's happened.
Yeah, but it did feel like a lot of people tried to steal that Riz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like we're all fucked sort of song
Yeah.
with
We're
rapping
fucked.
in the verses
Yeah.
with heavy riffs.
A bunch of parts.
None as creatively diverse as this. Where like
Yeah.
within 4 minutes you're just like, we're rapping fast now.
Yeah.
Now we're doing the like Eminem voice.
Yeah.
Now we're the spooky guy,
There's
Dragon
there's
Force.
a ghoul. There's like
Yeah.
some fucking like twinkly guitar shit going on.
As humankind is kind of the like low level like just plain paper
That's your
version
entry
of it.
level.
That's your entry level.
Yeah.
This is your CEO
Yeah.
can do it all
this
type
is
of thing.
the Sean Stevens.
This is the Sean Stevens of we're all fucked.
Yeah, the
This is
humankind is like when you start a video game
Yeah.
and like you just don't even create your character. He has
Yeah.
no eyebrows, he has
Yeah.
no hair.
You haven't unlocked
Yeah.
anything.
You haven't
yet.
unlocked
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And then like some dude rolls around level 100
Yeah.
and it's Ronnie Raggy.
It's Ronnie
He's like,
Raggy.
here's the
Yeah.
shit you
Throwing
can
a
do.
He's
mic
got the
stand.
gold plated
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
shin guards
He's
on.
got
and-
DLC you
Yeah.
never even heard of.
Yeah, he's got a cape and he's shooting lasers out of his eyes
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
You don't know how to defend it yet.
And he's got a riff that's unstoppable.
The world has not figured out how to defend themselves
Against
from the Ronnie
Rag.
From Ronnie
Radke
Radke.
laser vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
0%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one. We haven't recovered since this song. I feel
Yeah.
like everything's just gone downhill since this song.
From
He's really
episode
just
1.
ruined everything, and that was his intention.
Yeah.
To watch the world burn.
Yeah.
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 He thought he made us think that this podcast was going to have legs because
No.
we were like, we're going to get one of these every week.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
No, we did not.
That was a
Yeah.
beautiful gem that Ronnie gave us.
Thank you,
It was our
Ronnie.
first bit. Was just that's actually cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Watch the World Burn
Ugh.
by Falling in Reverse.
What a beautiful journey that we just
That
went on,
was a
boys.
beautiful journey. I had a great time talking about some of our favorite songs. we should just call the episode our favorite songs of the year.
should.
Yeah, the IQMB's favorite songs of the year.
Yeah.
That's the new
Yeah.
episode title.
It'll be a journey through our minds because they'll open it and they're like, they're saying these are the worst
The
songs.
worst.
Yeah.
And then by the end, we're just like,
Yeah. Unbelievable. Such a fun. All these songs are so fun. If you haven't
Yeah.
heard them yet, go listen to. Go follow this playlist somehow. We used to put the link. We don't do that anymore.
and by we mean you.
We mean me.
This
I
guy.
stopped doing that because no one was following it. But thanks everyone for watching the show. Thanks for watching for this whole year. It's been a wild ride so far, and we're not slowing down.
No, we got lots more riffs to hit you with.
We got more riffs to hit you with. We're coming back in 2024 with some new stuff. Be on the lookout. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Patreon. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Did I miss anything? I don't think so.
No. We're
good.
I think we're good. We got it. All right. We'll see you in 2024. It's I Quit My Band signing off. Goodbye.